Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props that I like over on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Thursday, February the 20th. We've got our first full slate back from the All-Star break, 9 games tonight. We did have a game on Wednesday, and I did make a video for the game Wednesday, but it was only one game, so obviously, really wasn't a full slate. There weren't a lot of props to choose from, but now we've got a 9-game slate for Thursday, kind of our first full slate back from the break. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the break. We're able to take a little bit of time off, kind of reset, get prepared for the second half of the season, and hopefully we can do well in the second half here. But I got you guys with some early props that I do like for these games on Thursday. We got 3 plays that I'm liking, taking a first look at the board on Wednesday night. So as always, we're going to talk through these 3 plays and we're going to share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, guys, make sure that you hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you are new to Prizepicks, go sign up for Prizepicks and use promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So make sure to check out Prizepicks if you have not yet and use that code NOAH. Now, we do also have a partnership with Sleeper, so I want to shout out Sleeper as well. If you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can download the Sleeper app, use promo code NOAH over there, and when you play $5, you'll get $55 worth of free lineups. So this is a cool promo that Sleeper does where it's one that you can put in like just 10, 20, 15 bucks, whatever you want to put in. You don't have to put in a lot of money. You can just put in the minimum, and you can still get $55 worth of free lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. So I definitely recommend giving Sleeper a try, guys. If you haven't signed up for Sleeper yet, again, you can download the app on App Store if you have an iPhone, or on the Google Play Store if you have an Android. They do have an app for both. And again, make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Sleeper. But yeah, man, this is our first full slate back from the All-Star break, guys. Hopefully you guys, again, enjoyed the break. We got a full slate, 9 games for Thursday. Now, I do want to recap our plays from Wednesday. So I did actually give out some plays for the one game on Wednesday. Right now, not looking great for our plays. One of the plays that we gave out was Luka over 12 points in the first half. And at the time I'm recording this video, Luka has 2 points. The first quarter just ended. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, Luka's going to need a big second quarter to go over that first half line. And then we took LaMelo over 10.5 rebounds plus assists at the first quarter. I think LaMelo only had like 1 or 2 assists, no rebounds. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes Wednesday. I told you guys probably play light there on that Wednesday slate. Hopefully you guys didn't go out there and just start betting a bunch of stuff. Obviously, with it being one game, there's going to be a lot of volatility. There wasn't going to be a lot of props available. But now we've got a 9-game slate for Thursday. Let's see if we can attack this one and find some winners on this slate. So, going over the first prop that I do like for this slate, we're going to take a look at an assist prop. And the assist prop that I'm liking here is going to be on D'Angelo Russell. We're going to take D'Angelo Russell for more than 5 assists. So if you do look at D'Angelo Russell's last 5 games, you see a lot of red. And obviously there's some concern here if you're looking at Russell's recent games. Why would you take this over on his assists? Well, for one, if you look at Russell's ball handling role since he joined the Nets, he has had a really big ball handling role. His assist percentage with the Nets is almost 40%, which is the highest on the team. So he has almost a 40% assist percentage. Since he has joined the team, I'm pretty sure he's leading the team in potential assists per game. He's averaging 12.3 potential assists per game, which is the most on the team. If you take out Dennis Schroeder, who's like no longer on the team, and then Ben Simmons, who's no longer on the team as well, Russell is leading the team with 12.3 potential assists per game. Now, his potential assists the last few games have been down a little bit, but if you look at his last 3 games without Ben Simmons, all these 3 games that he's played against Philly, Charlotte, and Miami were without Ben Simmons. In those 3 games, Russell still averaged 10 potential assists. He just got really unlucky, only converting 4 and 1 of those assists. So it's not really necessarily been Russell's, fault that he's not really getting assists right now. He's just, not been converting as many assists. When we're talking about the Brooklyn Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, they're not a great basketball team, so they're, going to miss shots, and that's going to happen. But with Russell still averaging over 12 potential assists for the Nets here, this is still a spot where I think the volume is going to be enough where we can bet on him getting at least 5 assists. The matchup against Cleveland, probably not the best overall. Cleveland's historically a good defensive team, but they've been vulnerable to point guards. You've actually been able to look and see that point guards have had success against Cleveland this season. So I don't think the matchup is like terrible for D'Angelo Russell here. And I'm just betting on him getting those assist opportunities. Obviously he could go out there and get 14, 15 potential assists and only convert like 4 of those. And if that happens, then so be it. But with how good of a ball handling role he has had on this Nets team, having almost a 40% assist percentage, the ball's going to be even in his hands even more now. With Ben Simmons no longer on the team, when he was playing alongside Ben Simmons, he was kind of having to share that ball handling role because Simmons is a guy that can facilitate as well. But now the ball is mainly going to be in D'Angelo Russell's hands. At 5 assists, I think we can get at least a push here. If not, have him go over this line. If you are playing on sports books and you can get Russell at over 5.5 assists for plus money, that is something that I do like as well, taking him for over 5.5 assists at plus money. But on Prizepicks, his line is at 5. I like this one. Going to take D'Angelo Russell for more than 5 assists. Just betting on some positive regression here. Just kind of run really bad on his potentials lately, but the volume's still been there, and that's what we want to really bank on is the volume. And Russell's still getting the assist volume. Hopefully some of those assists will get converted tonight. Now the next two props that we're going to look at are going to be points props. So we're going to look at a points prop in that same game, the Brooklyn-Cleveland game. We're going to take Jarrett Allen for more than 11.5 points. So this is a pretty low line on Jarrett Allen. Typically, we see his points prop be around like 12.5, 13.5. Sometimes it can be even higher depending on the matchup. I think the reason this line is a little bit lower is because potentially maybe the spread in this game. This game does have a 12.5 point spread, so there is some blowout risk here. But, this is the first game out of the All-Star break. I feel like there's going to be some fluky shit. Like, I feel like, teams that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Brooklyn comes out here and wins this game. I'm not saying they will, but, like, I just think some weird things could happen here, with all these teams coming off long breaks. Maybe guys just are a little bit rusty, whatever it may be. So even though this game does have, like, a 12, 13-point spread, Brooklyn at least is playing at home. So I think that makes it a little bit more likely they keep this game competitive. And if this game is even remotely competitive, we know we're going to get around 30 minutes, if not over 30 minutes for Jarrett Allen. Now, if you look at Jarrett Allen's minutes lately, some of his minutes have been down in some of these games, but like a lot of these games have been blowouts. Like the game against Toronto, he only played 28 minutes. They won that game by 23 points. The game against Minnesota, he played 27 minutes. They won that game by 21 points. The game against Washington, he played 27 minutes. They won that game by 10 points. The game against Detroit, I believe, was competitive. He played full minutes there, 32 minutes. This game against Boston was competitive. He played 32 minutes and 32 and a half minutes in that one. So typically in competitive games, you'll see Allen play like around 30, 32 minutes. If it's a blowout, then he'll probably play like 26, 27 minutes. But the matchup here should be pretty favorable for him. Brooklyn this season defensively, they have not been a great defensive team. They're bottom 10 in defensive rating. They've been about middle of the pack when it comes to allowing points to centers. But this is a matchup, if you want to look at it, this is a matchup that Jarrett Allen has historically had success in. He has faced Brooklyn twice this season. In those 2 games, he only had 4 points and 12 points. However, the game he had 4 points, he only played 21 minutes. I'm assuming that was probably for blowout. I'm not exactly sure. It was a 5-point game. He only played 21 minutes. Maybe he got into some foul trouble. Not exactly sure why he only played 21 minutes. But if you look at his games against the Nets where he's played like at least 29 minutes, even if you look at games where he's played at least 24 minutes against the Nets, 12 points, 15, 12, 14, 9, 12, 10, 14, 12, 20, 12. So like he's gone over this line in his career in a lot of games against Brooklyn. If you want to factor that in, I try not to weight player performances versus a certain team because obviously it can be different scenarios. Like the Cavs have DeAndre Hunter now, so obviously none of those games were with DeAndre Hunter. But I don't know if even them getting DeAndre Hunter, I don't know if that's really going to have too much of an impact on Jarrett Allen's role. I mean, Jarrett Allen he's not a high usage center. He's not a guy that's going to demand the ball. Jarrett Allen's scoring is going to come from dunks, alley-oops, screening, pick and roll, stuff like that. Like that's how he's going to get his points. He's going to almost have to rely on his teammates getting him the ball in scoring position. And Darius Garland's still very good at doing that. Donovan Mitchell's still very good at doing that. So I don't think DeAndre Hunter coming into the mix is going to really impact Jarrett Allen's role too much. He kind of gets his points how he does from what I just mentioned. So in this matchup against a pretty weak Brooklyn defense, I think scoring should be no problem here for this Cleveland team. And Jarrett Allen specifically, I do like for more than 12, or technically more than 11.5 points, betting on him to score 12 points here. And then the third And final prop that I do like for Thursday, another points prop. We're going to take a look at James Harden, points prop of 21.5. Also like the over here, so more than 21.5 points on James Harden. Now, prior to the All-Star break, James Harden was playing really, really well. He ended the All-Star break with a really good game against the Jazz. He had 32 points in that game, also had 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Now, Kawhi Leonard did not play in that game, but even before that, he had only 18 points against Memphis, but that was kind of a tougher matchup. Memphis been good defensively this season. Had 23 against Utah, though, 22 against the Pacers. And then in a blowout against the Lakers, he only had 7 points, but then 25 against Toronto. So his scoring, has kind of been up a little bit prior to the All-Star break. Now he gets a really, really good matchup for scoring going up against the Bucks. The Bucks have been one of the best matchups for scoring guards this season. If you do look, they are allowing the second most, or I think they're actually allowing the most points per game to point guards this season. And Harden has already faced Milwaukee once this year. For what it's worth, he went off against them. He had 40 points in that game, and that was a game that the Clippers had all their guys. Like Kawhi Leonard played in that game, Norman Powell played in that game, Zubac played in that game. So it wasn't like Harden was just playing with a bunch of other guys, like picking up a bunch of usage. He was still playing with the main guys, and he had a 40-point game. If you think about this matchup, it's a tougher matchup for Zubac to score going up against Giannis, Brook Lopez. Those are two guys that defend the paint really well, protect the rim very well, especially Brook Lopez. He's always been a really good rim protector. Kawhi Leonard, probably going to have to go up against Giannis, probably going to be guarded by Giannis. That's not the greatest matchup for Leonard, but, guards specifically have cooked Milwaukee this season, and I think that's mainly due to, Damian Lillard's defense. Damian Lillard just not really a good defender, great offensive player, but defensively that's where he's definitely weak, and teams take advantage of that. They look to hunt Damian Lillard on defense. He's a very weak defender, so this should be a matchup where Harden should be able to have a lot of success scoring. Again, he had a huge scoring game against Milwaukee earlier this season. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the same here. I know Harden's not going to have a super high usage rate playing alongside Kawhi and Norman Powell and Zubac, but this matchup sets up really well for him to be able to score. I think it's a tougher matchup for those other guys to score. Definitely a good spot for Harden here, and I do like him for more than 21.5 points. So this is what we're going to roll with, guys, as our 3 props for Thursday's NBA slate. First, full slate back here from the All-Star break. We only had one game on Wednesday. Looks like our plays on Wednesday are not going to hit. We'll have to see. Take a look at those after I hop off this video. But we got a big slate Thursday to attack, and this is what I'm liking. Taking a first look at the board on Wednesday night. So appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. As always, make sure to hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have a Prizepicks account, go sign up and use promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks as always for watching and supporting the content. We will see you guys in the next video.